Most people feel safe when they see a large amount of cash sitting in their bank account. $10,000, $50,000, maybe even $100,000. It feels secure. After all, cash can't lose value in the stock market overnight. It doesn't fluctuate every day. It simply sits there. But wealthy investors often see something completely different. They see opportunities slipping away because idle cash has a hidden cost, one that's easy to miss. Imagine you leave $100,000 in a checking account earning almost nothing. A year passes. Your balance still says $100,000. It feels like nothing changed, but something did. Inflation quietly reduced what that money can buy. Groceries cost more. Homes cost more. Cars cost more. Travel costs more. Without spending a single dollar, your purchasing power declined. This is called the opportunity cost of idle cash. It's not about losing money. It's about what your money could have been doing instead. Think of every dollar as an employee. A good employee works every day. A bad employee sits in the break room, doing nothing. The wealthy want every dollar working. Some employees buy stocks. Others buy real estate. Some help fund businesses. Others earn interest. The goal isn't simply owning money. It's putting money to work. Now imagine two friends. Sarah keeps $50,000 in a low-interest account for 10 years. Jake invests the same amount into a diversified portfolio. Neither adds another dollar. 10 years later, Sarah still is close to $50,000. Jake's investment may have grown substantially over that period, although returns are never guaranteed. The difference wasn't intelligence. It was activity. One person's money stayed still. The others kept working. Of course, cash isn't useless. Far from it. Wealthy people often keep emergency savings. Businesses keep operating cash. Investors hold reserves to seize new opportunities. The key difference is intention. Idle cash has a purpose. It's not forgotten money. It's strategic money. That's a huge distinction. Here's another example. Imagine a business that earns $1 million in profit. Instead of letting that money collect dust, the owners reinvest part of it. They hire talented employees, open another location, develop better products, or purchase equipment that increases productivity. That money creates even more money. The business grows. Now compare that to a business that lets every extra dollar sit untouched. Growth slows. Competitors catch up. The opportunity quietly disappears. The same principle applies to personal finances. Another concept wealthy people understand is liquidity. Liquidity means how quickly you can access your money. Cash is extremely liquid. Real estate is not. Stocks are somewhere in between. The wealthy balance liquidity with productivity. They keep enough cash for flexibility, but not so much that it drags down long-term growth. Think of it like a sports team. You need a few players on the bench. But if every player stays on the bench, you can't win the game. Money works the same way. Some should stay available. Most should be contributing. There's another hidden cost to idle cash. Psychology. When money sits untouched, people often become emotionally attached to it. They fear investing, fear making mistakes, fear temporary losses. So they wait. Months become years. Years become decades. Meanwhile, inflation never waits. Neither does opportunity. The wealthy accept that productive assets will sometimes fluctuate. Stocks rise and fall. Real estate has cycles. Businesses experience challenges. But over long periods, many productive assets have historically outpaced inflation, though past performance doesn't guarantee future results. That's why they focus on time, not daily price changes. Here's a question many investors ask before leaving large amounts of money idle. If this dollar were my employee, would I be happy with his performance? If the answer is no, they look for a better assignment. Sometimes that's investing. Sometimes it's paying off high-interest debt. Sometimes it's expanding a business. Sometimes it's simply earning a higher interest rate. The important part is intentionality. Every dollar should have a job, even if that job is waiting patiently for the right opportunity. The biggest mistake isn't holding cash. The biggest mistake is forgetting that cash has a cost, because money that never moves rarely grows. And over time, standing still financially often means quietly moving backward. The wealthy understand this better than almost anyone. They don't measure success by how much cash they have. They measure success by how effectively that cash is working. Because in the world of wealth, the hardest working dollars usually become the most valuable ones.